y'all. Welcome back to Ascending with Ashley. I'm Ashley. And this project is me reading my master's thesis to you. It's called Community Resiliency and a lot of other words. So here on this channel, we're calling it Community Resilience. And this is chapter 2. The bad news is that chapter 2 is 20 whole pages. But we're going to be splitting this up into 12 subsections. So I'm starting tonight. Hopefully we can get it over. Chapter 2 is called A Glimpse into Corruption, Los Angeles Politics. Okay? The quotes that I have, you're either part of the solution or part of the problem, from Eldridge Cleaver. And there is a higher law than the law of government, and that is the law of conscience, from Kwame Ture, also known as Stokely Carmichael. Here we go. This chapter will examine the interconnectedness of the key players of the political landscape of Los Angeles, serving as hurdles in the well-being of those living in Skid Row. This chapter exposes the corruption of the Los Angeles government officials, law enforcement agencies, and service providers by following the allocation of funding from a national to local scale, while examining the language and rhetoric allowing the continued occupation of Skid Row residents. This chapter breaks down the corruption of state-sanctioned entities that support the pathologizing of behavior as a form of control of the masses in the carceral network. The carceral, Foucault explains, communicates a type of power that the law validates and that justice uses as its favorite weapon. The United States of America was founded on ideals rooted in capitalism, which serves as a means to protect affluent white men, and this has continued in the 200 plus years since this country declared its independence from Great Britain. While this is not a paper about the history of the United States, investigating this history is essential to the analysis of the current mental health system in place used to categorize and control individuals. This critical analysis and understanding of the basic means by which those in power stay in power and the ways that power is spread is essential to acknowledge in order to offer alternatives. The United States continues to find ways to vilify and declare war against those who possess any threat to the American dream. Global domination appears to be the goal of the elite, controlling the United States and implemented within the increasingly shrinking borders of this country. This has been done by the declaration of countless wars, such as the war on poverty, the war on drugs, that split up the United States. After all, America is strong. We don't work together. We fight the war on blank, which is a quote from the Collateral Language book. To understand how our society has been shaped by economics and how the neoliberal capitalist agenda has been accepted as the solution to mental illness, we must view history as a nonlinear force to be used as an opportunity to shift paradigms and make change. The state's role is to create and preserve an institutional framework that will guarantee the quality and integrity of money over individual freedoms. Language is a tool used by politicians and the mass media to generate fear and support in order to effect political change, most often leading to forms of complete and discontenting control. Numerous terms and phrases emerge during wars to describe, justify, and explain the nation's actions to the people of the nation. The reduction in federal funding and in policy to allow municipalities and local governments the most power in areas can be seen clearly in Skid Row. Skid Row is where homeless shelters, mental health services, and other services for the poor are located. Unnaturally, this is where people are contained to allow the economic expansion and gentrification just blocks away from Skid Row. After exploring the political and social entities of Los Angeles and the rhetoric and language used as tools to achieve political economic support, it will be clear how the Skid Row area has been contained through the years. Language is a tactic used to ensure this containment zone continues to shrink. This is a way to control the land and the people on the land. The importance of the word lies not in the words themselves, but rather in the way that they are used by used and by whom and to what effect, thus serving as linguistic tools continually modified to enhance political strategies. That is from Collins and Glover's The Collateral Language book. The language and rhetoric that Mayor Garcetti, the county's Board of Supervisors, and the City Council's members, as well as various commissioners, use when talking about people suffering from mental illness is language that victimizes and criminalizes. Alright, that's the first part, laying it out. We're going to be going deep into each different group. So the first one we're going to talk about is the actual Los Angeles. We're going to break down the city and the county. And then we're going to be going to the Board of Supervisors, which is the county attorney, the city council, the city attorney, the mayor, the police commission, the LAPD, and the Central City Association, which is the business improvement districts. Business improvement district is separate. Never mind. We're going to go into that too. The Los Angeles Homeless Services Authority, and the Department of Mental Health. So that's why. So each of those groups or entities is going to be its own video. Okay. Stick around. I will be back. I'm going to go check on the kid, but hopefully we can get through a few of these today, if not all of them. I am very excited about getting this project over with, because reading publicly hanging over my head does not feel fun. Have a good one.